Okay, guys, so we're gonna slow it real down, alright? We're gonna go real slow. We're gonna low ride it, alright? All the way to the moon, boys, okay? Just chillax, alright? Oh, that 3 year time skip that we just had? Oh, let's just slow down, alright? No more time skips, alright? I was completely wrong. The last review, I thought there was gonna be another time skip. No, sir! We slow it down for this episode. And boys, this episode's spicy. Oh my god. Woo! Get a little hot in the collar watching it. Oh, I was afraid my parents would watch me seeing it. Just kidding, folks. Anyway, I love this episode. Great. Again, Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon is killing it. It's killing it. It's so good. I loved every second of it. Uh, it's great. Like destroying She-Hulk and Rings of Power. People love House of the Dragon as they should. So yeah, we slow it way down. No time skip this episode, which is okay. I like the interactions that were happening in this episode. See, the plot is finally starting to pick up a bit um, between our characters, and it seems I I'm thinking that there might be a season two to this, because now they've slowed it down a little bit more. Maybe they're gonna speed it up again after the time skip. I'm not completely sure, but I just feel that way after this episode. I want to summarize the episode just a little bit. So I have here Rhaenyra. She's at this point in time looking for a suitor for herself. Her father, Viserys, from the last episode, he deemed it worthy for her. Okay. Um, I don't want to control you in this way if I can't help it, Rhaenyra. But I need you to do this because you're my daughter and you need to find a husband. You have to carry on your duties as my heir. Rhaenyra's like, okay, that's fine. I'll do it. I'll do it my way though. Let me find my own suitor. And we're here. Rhaenyra is finding suitors. It's a very seldom seen. We don't get to see all the suitors she has. She has a lot. She's very pretty, Rhaenyra is. So she's obviously gonna have a lot of suitors. It doesn't go well though. This is our case here. Rhaenyra is having trouble finding a person she likes. This surprised me. She actually belittles a boy here, maybe the age far younger than her, the age of like 14 maybe. He looks way smaller, probably like 12 or something, and she's visibly uncomfortable. And there are people making fun of this kid. I find it hilarious later that this just happens seemingly with no repercussions. Let's see if I can get the scene right around here. The boy ends up in a fight with one of her other suitors, and the boy kills a man. Right here, this boy, he fucking kills this guy who's making fun of him as easy as cutting cake, right? Like what the fuck? I just thought it was funny, and it's blown away, it's blown off. Like it doesn't matter. The Rhaenyra just goes along, doesn't choose any suitors. It's a problem. It's a huge problem for what's coming up right about now, right? We get oh my god, it's so good, guys. Is what I thought from the first episode, what would happen, but it doesn't technically happen. So Prince Daemon, he comes back. All right, after his complete victory over the Crabber, King Viserys is a little worried. He cut his, Daemon cut his hair. He's, fresh off his victory. He has his soldiers with him. He's looking clean and crisp. He has his allies with him. It's looking there might be problems here. Obviously, though, Daemon isn't looking to fight with the king here. The king, Viserys, he's got so much support. He has support of the realm that Daemon himself doesn't have at this point. I think that's very clear. And the friction between them seems to be more on like Viserys' end, where he's not sure if his brother is like going against him or not completely. I think by the end of this episode, it will be. Viserys isn't looking too good after the end of this episode. He looks so much more sickly than he did like before in the past. So I think that the actual conflict between the dragons is gonna like hit its endpoint hopefully by next episode, episode 5. I hope anyway. Just so we can like this setup, we need some payoffs at this point. We're getting some. There's some like it's most of these episodes are like character development between our characters. Very good. I love seeing it. It's seeing them interact between each other. King Viserys is my favorite character so far. He's the most developed, and like you can tell, I'm rambling. I'm sorry. There's gonna be so much rambling in this episode. I just can't help it. All right. He has so much pressure on his back. Fuck! I'll be back, guys. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Had a little problem with work. Anyway, as I was saying, I like the pressure that's being shown on like King Viserys' end and his problems with the crown and like the people and trying to govern the kingdom. I love it all. And he's handling it pretty well. Like as far as like kings go, from what we've seen of Game of Thrones, he's very good. He's much better than Robert. Robert would just like skirt his duties, right, in Game of Thrones and like handle it to like other people and just whore around and drink. Viserys is he's much more pragmatic. He's taking his duties very seriously, and he's trying his best, and that's all he can do. And he's just trying to keep the realm at peace. That's what he wants. I like Viserys as a character. I think he's definitely the most developed, and he's making the show for me right now. Daemon is like a close second, where he's like this conflicting. He's unpredictable in a sense. We don't exactly know what he wants. It's not clear, but we know he has some sort of ambition, and he's doing things, right? And he's working to some goal. We don't know exactly what it is yet, but we're gonna see it soon. Anyway, they have their whole kerfuffle here, talking to each other, and Daemon he kneels before the king, yes, before his brother. Like, yes, I'm not going against you. We're friends here. Add the Crabber's sword to the throne, and the throne looks so radically different here after like 200 years in the past, right? I guess this is more what it was supposed to look like in the books, or I believe before Robert or the like the newer age Aegon, I believe, like they got rid of like all the swords and stuff, and so it's not, they cleaned up the throne room. um it's not that important, but I like the look of it. Like it looks like nasty, right? It looks maybe not nasty. How would I say it? Like, cool. It looks rugged, maybe like rough. Obviously it's rough. I feel like that's probably more accurate. Anyway, it's a good start to this episode. We get shown our characters. We get conclusions to things that were in the past. We don't get a lot from Corlys or the Sea Snake, House Valerian. They're not in this episode a whole lot, which is okay. But we can skip all the like the sort of dialogue here that I don't actually want to skip it. It's very good. They're having a party and everyone's there. This is the calm before the storm. Not this whole episode is, but anyway, let's just get to the spiciness. Why don't we? Well, let's talk about this. I'm not actually sure what's up with like Alicent and her relationship between Rhaenyra, because in this episode we get after the spiciness and the whole court knows about the spiciness. Alicent seems to like reprimand Rhaenyra for her actions, and I'm not clear on the relationship because of all the like the time skips. It's not, we haven't seen them together a lot since the first episode, or since Alicent married the king and fathered the children. So I'm not sure if they're actually friends anymore. It seems like they still have feelings for each other as friends, and that's nice, even though they don't necessarily talk to each other. I'm just a bit confused about how that is. It's not very important because I believe Alicent to be a pushover, but like literally a puppet. In that, like, if I would describe her as that, as a character, she is a puppet. She is a slave in her own right, just like like an actual slave. She's being pushed around by her father, by Viserys, her husband now. The duties she has as queen, whatever those are, she's not like she doesn't take the reins for herself like something like Rhaenyra would. But I would guess that having someone to console with her like Ramir would help her a great deal. Would help her, like her mindset for a great deal. As a person, but I'm just confused because we don't see it a lot. Anyway, I'll just get to the spiciness. All right, we'll get to wherever it is, the spiciness. Um, Damon's back. He has a conversation with Rhaenyra. He doesn't want to go to the Vale where his wife is. That's fine. Rhaenyra's having trouble. She gets sent a letter with Damon, and he's like, "Oh, they're going to a night out of the town." This is good. I like this. I like this a lot. Seeing what like King's Landing like is, and oh my God, sorry. Seeing what King's Landing is and looks like in the night, and like what happens in the city. Something we don't get to see a lot. We didn't get to see a lot in Game of Thrones. We don't get to see the poor people. We didn't get to see it. We did a little bit, but we didn't get to see like the activity, what these people do, what their lives are like, and how they live, and what they think about the crown. And that's where they go to a show. They dress up. Um, they they go to like a show. They tell the tale of King Viserys, and here it is, like King now Queen Rhaenyra, or the heir to the throne, Queen Rhaenyra. The city is getting a little worried, like, oh, what's happening with these dragons? Are they going to be able to make up? Who's going to be our ruler? What's it going to be like? Are we all going to die here? We're all going to end up killing each other. It's scary to them. I like this a lot. They see in this particular play, they're all making fun of Rhaenyra because she's a woman and she's not like, I would say, experienced ruling, but she is far more experienced than her half brother for sure, right? Which is why King Viserys in the other episode was like wavering about, oh, do I name my son instead of Rhaenyra, even though Rhaenyra is probably the right choice. Like, she's old enough, she has experience, she's clearly better than my 3-year-old kid. Fuck, like he's got all the. This is why I like Viserys. He's got so much on his mind, and he's just trying to do his best. Anyway, here we get to the spiciness after this episode. After they watch the show, no one knows where they are. Rhaenyra gets a little butthurt while Daemon here is taking her out. He's like, all right, you're a little upset. Let me take you to a place where you can get what you want. All right, you get what you want, baby. This is where this episode's where I said where Alicent's basically like a puppet. I thought her relationship with Viserys was a little more esteemed than just him like fucking her and her looking. Let's see if I can get to that scene before. This is the spiciness, all right? Listen, this is the spiciness. We'll do the spiciness first, okay? Oh my God, I can't show this. Listen, I'm upset. All right, I'm sick of flaccid penis. All right, listen, I see titties all the time, but and then flaccid cock. All right, where I want to see fully erect penises. I'm not gay, but I want to see them. I'm sick of flaccid dicks. All right, it's gayer to look at flaccid dicks than fully erect penises. All right, trust me. So fucking stupid. Oh God. Here it is. Here it is. So Daemon takes her basically to a whorehouse, a whore establishment. They're just in full view of each other. Rhaenyra doesn't understand what's going on. Daemon just takes her here. Is like, hey, let's make out, babe. You're my niece. It's okay. Oh my God, it's pure Game of Thrones. It's everything we all wanted. Yes. So they make out a bit, pretty much. Let's not even show it. I don't want to get a strike. They make out. They seem to get really hot and bothered under the collar, as they would. Having a hard time talking about this. At Rhaenyra was all for it, right? She is all for it. She's going hard. She likes it. It was actually Daemon who initiated this, but then it's also Daemon who pulls back after her like her advances. It's like so weird. She's like, "What? You came on to me and now you're leaving?" So Daemon, it seems like Daemon is having trouble like wrapping around. Oh my God, almost violated my niece. Kind of did. They just made out a little bit, and they didn't have sex, which is all right. Good. Thumbs up, Damon. You get points, more points for me, right? um, so there's some sort of conflict within him, and she's like, "What the fuck? You leaving my coochie with blue balls? What the fuck?" Damon made Ramira so fucking wet. She's like, "Oh my god, I can't handle this. I need someone to fuck me right now. Might as well be you, my Kingsguard. Do it right now. Fuck me." So she makes the choice. I just fucking his Kingsguard very easily. She seduces him. Let's be honest here. Of course, he would fuck her. She's pretty cute, you know. Very easy. They've known each other for a long time. We haven't seen their relationship, so we saw the most of their relationship together in the last episode when they were out, like basically hunting together. When she had another hissy fit, she seems to have a lot of hissy fits lately. She must be on her period, boys. Oh, those blue balls, they be bleeding. I'm gonna catch flag. um, that's the most of we got in the relationship. It's not the best, but at least it's like something, right? I have something to grab onto. They've known each other for a long time. We can understand that. I would like to see more, but the show, I guess they've been skipping around a lot, so they didn't have time for like something like this. But I can that necessarily doesn't matter between like them just like having sex, because she's like the queen, which she wouldn't be like the queen regent. She's just the heir to the Iron Throne per se in name. Um, and they have sex basically this night. Let's skip through it because copytisms. We don't want to go through that. See, they're doing it. You understand? They're doing. She's feeling. I want to say Ramir is feeling definitely like confused at this point after like what she's done. She was gonna do it with her uncle. Now she's doing it with her Kingsguard, and this leads to a whole problem now because she was being spied on by a, let's say, a spider per se. Otto had a what would you call it? What did Viserys call his his little birds. Otto Hightower here has his own little birds, and they report to him, and it's seen to him that they relay that information. Yes, they were having some sort of illicit relationships in this whorehouse, and a lot of people saw, and it's gonna cause problems. Now we get to this scene. This is where Damon went after he left Ramir hanging real dry with her blue balls. He went just down here to like, I guess, sleep off his alcoholism. He's just here. Listen, I thought this girl that he brought to Dragonstone was gonna be way more like important, because he brought her there and it just seemed like she had like lines, right? Like she was gonna actually do something. But this is the last time. This is the first time we've seen her since Dragonstone in that episode. Yeah, she's back here in King's Landing. No, she hasn't. We don't know what she's been doing. Honestly, I have no idea what she's been doing. It's a little confusing anyway. Just for like her role in the story. I guess it didn't have to be important. And that's fine. I'm not bashing it for that. She doesn't need to be important per se. Anyway, they have their own weird little conversation. Like she basically took care of him, where he could have been in big trouble. This is the big stuff, all right. Otto, he comes to the king. He's like, "Listen, my liege. Yeah, one of my messengers, they witnessed Damon, and Ramira doing the do's, and it's, oh god, it's so horrible. King Viserys is maybe not disgusted, but definitely fucking upset. While this is happening, I just said this, Allison overhears it, and she like confronts Ramira about it. For some reason, like she would care. I just don't understand why she would care. The Targaryens have been doing this for a while. So see right here, this is where like she confronts her about it. Naturally, Ramira lies. She doesn't lie per se. She doesn't tell the whole truth. She lies about them having relation at all, which they did, but they didn't have sex. So at least they almost went over the line, right? They went over a part of the line. um but they didn't go all the way per se, right? Like, what's worse, guys? Uncle and niece having sex or uncle and niece kissing, right? I mean, they're they're there are multiple lines. They're all bad. One's worse than the other one. Okay, we can agree on that, maybe. um, I just find it like, why does Allison really care? What's she gonna do? It seems she's just upset at her friend for doing this, but their relationship is confusing to me. It isn't. It's not particularly, like I said. It's not conveyed in the most. It's not executed well. Like, I'm just not. I don't know if they're actually friends anymore, right? Because it's been like 3 or 4 years since episode one where they were friends. That's a long time to like grow apart and stuff, right? We haven't seen that relationship like either fester or prosper. It's just weird. We'll get to even the most important part of the episode. Um, that's done. This is alright. We gotta do this here. Viserys confronts Daemon. Listen, you piece of shit. You trying to fuck my daughter? What the fuck? Oh, what the fuck? um, and Daemon's just like, you should just wed her to me, and we'll have no problems, right? We'll just keep our allegiances together, and we can consolidate power. Vish is like, that's all you really care about, power. You don't actually care about her happiness. And it's just, oh my god, it's so good. The entire dialogue sequence of this scene, it's fucking great. I love it. And Viserys, this is the part of the pushoverness of Viserys. He still refuses to like kill Daemon. This is like a killable offense. Like, you've just tried to have relations with my daughter and out in public, and everyone saw it. And now you're talking to me like you want to wed her, even though you have a wife in the Vale that you haven't seen in who knows how long. And you like, go fuck it, go back to her, never come here again. It's done. You're no longer my brother. He basically disowns him here. Honestly, if I was King Viserys, I would have killed Daemon. It would have been probably easy. It probably would have went over well with the public of King's Landing and just like um the Westeros in and of itself. This is some great dialogue scenes. It seems like um in this act though of banishing Daemon again, it doesn't seem that like that's gonna go over well. I think like the conflict is gonna happen. I hope so anyway. Between these people, and maybe I don't know how it is in the books. I'm assuming Rhaenyra and Daemon are gonna make some sort of alliance. Because I believe Otto is gonna take over. Obviously, his grandchildren. He's gonna have his grandchildren, his best interest with them, and then he's gonna push out Rhaenyra, and he hates Daemon, so they're gonna go together with the Sea Snake maybe, and they're gonna take over the. I'm just spitballing ideas. That's what I think how the conflict's gonna, escalate. I love this scene though. Lots of passion between the actors. So much good acting in this episode. Um, Lots of good characterization. Couldn't be better. Couldn't be better. He leaves him. He's like, all right, that's done with. We're gonna get to this scene here with Rhaenyra and Viserys. The father finally confronts the daughter. Listen, Rhaenyra, it's fucking over. I'm taking control now. I'm gonna set you up with a husband. We can't have these rumors floating around with you having relationships with your own uncle, right? It's not gonna go well with the people of Westeros. We can't have this. You got to stop what you're doing. I'm taking control now. You want to be my heir? You have to listen to me what I'm doing. And I don't care about your side of the story. It doesn't matter. But Viserys is fed up. He's old. He's got some sort of weird fucking cancer. He's got political um he's got political awareness from every side of the corner of the world coming at him, fucking like dampening his mood. And then he has another political problem. His own daughter is giving him a massive migraine, and it's over now. He's laying down the law. I like it. This is oh my god, it's so good. And Rhaenyra is not happy, obviously, but What can she do? She's fucked up, obviously. Obviously, they don't know that they think Damon defiled her. They didn't. It was actually her Kingsguard, Sir Cole, I believe is his name, who defiled her. They don't know that yet. She hasn't told that story. No one saw it. So that's another thing. But they think she's defiled in any case. Who knows what would happen to Sir Cole, right? If anyone found out, would he be killed? Probably, I would assume so. If she was in charge, he wouldn't be. I would assume so, unless like one of her accolades find out and then like decide to cut his neck just for doing what he did or being seduced. I feel bad for him because he was seduced by Rhaenyra. He didn't escalate that situation. She did. Anyway, that's the whole summary of this episode. My God, there's so much. Killing it, man, killing. I can't wait for the next episode. I cannot wait. I'm excited. I want to see what happens next. Not this is like listen, I know maybe like people have been saying this show isn't like great. Is it like season 1 to 3 Game of Thrones yet? It's way too early to make this assertion. I shouldn't even be making this assertion right now. I think this show is a solid 7 out of 10 though. Um, Maybe it's being seen greater by comparison because of all the shit shows that are running at the same time right now, like She-Hulk and Rings of Power. How those shows are just so devoid of like any kind of entertainment at all, and like that's just like propping up this show as like a shining beacon of light in the darkness, right in the middle of the ocean, lighting up the path of everyone. Um, it's just making it more spectacular. I love it. I think it's good. It couldn't be a better departure from like seasons 5 through 8 of Game of Thrones. It's exactly what we want. The fans of Game of Thrones wanted more political intrigue, good dialogue, better characters, smart characters with ambitions, characters that may do actions and have consequences. Again, I've said it again. I love it. It's so good. I can't wait. I'm super prepared for King Viserys' death. It's gonna happen this season for sure. I don't know when. I really want to read the book now. This just makes me want to read the book, just like the regular Game of Thrones did. God damn it, George! Why couldn't you just finish the story before they finish the television show? You gotta fix it, please. Finish Winds of Winter, I beg you. God damn it. All right. Didn't catch my drift. I recommend you all watch it. I'm hoping the show doesn't falter toward the end. I'm thinking it won't. Just based off of what's happened already. It's been 4 episodes. Everything's pretty solid. Um, it's gonna be. I feel like it'd be hard to sort of go off a cliff from here. They'd have to try to do that. They'd have to like want to. I think it'll be good. I do. All right. This is my review, my discussion about the show. Thank you guys. See ya. Have a good day.